What is up, everybody? My name is Clifton Pettyjohn. I am a purpose strategist and a transformation coach. I provide ventilation through coaching, speaking, and consultation. Today, we are back with another video. Listen, if you have not already, I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also click that notification bell. The reason why you want to click that little bell next to it, because every time we post content on this channel, it's going to let you know that something new, something exciting, something transformational has been posted, and it'll be just for you. Yes, just for you. Today, we are going to talk about day one of my book. Listen, I don't know if you know, but we have a new edition of From Stagnation to Transformation out. This is the last edition because this is the Transformation Center edition. We created a special edition for those that will be a part of the movement at the Transformation Center and those who may not be able to get to the Transformation Center, but also want to be a part of that great movement. Listen, for more information about the book, you can visit my website, www.cliftonpettyjohn.com/transformation. That's going to give you all the information about the book. For more information about the Transformation Center, you can visit www.thetransformationcenter.com. Listen, visit, join the movement. I'm excited about it, and I believe if you grab hold of it, you'll be excited about it as well. Listen, in September, the Transformation Center is launching, and we begin the Transformation series. We will begin with what we're going to talk about on today. First steps. Now, in September, we're going to talk about Jacob and tie that all into first steps. But today, we're going to talk about first steps from a different perspective. Have you ever watched a baby learn how to walk? And you watch them and they have to climb up either on a stand, they have to climb up on a couch or a chair or a wall, or they have to use your legs sometimes to climb up on so that they can begin the process of walking. And many times when they walk, some of them take one step and they fall and then they crawl. They take one step, they fall, they cry, but they get right back up and they continue again until they learn to master that walk. And then that walk becomes, I walk sometimes. And then after I walk sometimes, I walk a little more than I crawl. And before you know it, they're walking. And you remember the process by which they went through. And that's exactly how purpose is as well. Purpose, and many of you right now, you're listening to this and you've already watched the other two videos on purpose. If you haven't, make sure you check those out. But you know that your purpose is crying out within you and it's saying there is greater, there is more. What is it that I need to do? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel complacent? Why do I feel like I'm just going through the motions? Why do I feel like life, that I'm just existing? I am not living my best life. I'm not living the life that God designed for me to live. That's how you feel. So what is going on now is now you have to begin to take a first step in a new direction. Now, some people's steps may be more extreme than other people's steps. I'm not telling you to go and resign from your job and just begin to do blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not telling you to do that. However, some may have to take that drastic step, but I'm not telling anybody to do that. So don't come to me and say, you cost me my 401k, you cost me my salary. No, exercise wisdom, but don't let your wisdom turn into fear, or don't let your wisdom be motivated by fear. Because when your wisdom, when it becomes quote unquote fear-based wisdom, we never step out and do anything. All I'm saying is you need to take one step. And that step may be a small set. I'm an author, so we're going to use the idea of writing a book. Some of us, when we have the idea of writing a book, the first thing that we think about is, I don't have money. Now, this is if your finances aren't there. You may have financial security. So your thought may be, I don't know what to do. I don't have an editor. Where do I find an editor? Where do I get a book cover done? Blah, blah. I mean, it's just a plethora of things that can go through our mind. But there comes a point in our life where we have to take some type of step. With me, when I was writing From Stagnation to Transformation, I would write, I think it was a good 5 or 6 years, I talk about it in one video, that I would write it and put it down and write it and put it down and write it and put it down. But that was also a cycle in my life because I wouldn't finish or master anything. But it came a day in my life when I said, I got to finish this book. I have to finish it. And some of you have heard me tell my testimony. I didn't have much financial resources. However, I understood that I had to get something out. It had to get out of me so that it, number one, those that needed to read it could read it. But number two, so that I could move on to the next. So I could master that dimension of purpose and now move on to what needs to come. So you got to take some type of first step. If that first step is writing a page, if that first step is writing a chapter, if that first step is completing the book, whatever your first step is, you have to begin to take that first step. And that first step is going to be scary. Why is it going to be scary? Because you're taking a first step in a direction in which you've never been before. You are treading on ground that you have never treaded before. And with some of you, you are trailblazing because the avenue that God is taking you through, your creator is taking you through, is unfamiliar, not just to you, it's unfamiliar to this world. You are called to be a trailblazer in what you have been called to do. So it's gonna be scary. But guess what? That's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of it. So if you are afraid of failure, you have to begin to kick failure in the butt and say, I'm not afraid of learning a lesson. I want you to hear this. Change your perception. I'm not afraid of stepping out, trying something, learning a lesson, and then boom, trying something else. I guarantee you, if you study any of these people that are successful in whatever field they're successful in, they all have a story of how they made up their mind that come regardless of the opposition they face, the times they may fall flat on their face, the times they may be told no, that they had to press beyond each and every one of those obstacles. And I want you to understand that it's time for you to take that first step and press beyond the obstacles. And it's going to be scary. Yes, it is. And nobody sometimes will understand. I also, let's take a break right there. My encouragement to you too. When there is greatness inside of you, you have got to get away from negativity. You must get away from negative people. But most importantly, you must kill the negativity within yourself. We many times can focus on our external enemies while neglecting our internal enemies. And what I encourage people to do is first you got to get away from negative people, because those negative people, you guys are encouraging each other in a negative sense. Like you're helping build that negativity in each other. And I'm not telling anybody to go get a divorce or anything like that. What I'm saying is when purpose is crying out, it has no time for anything that contradicts it. It has no time for it. It is saying, I called you to be great. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear what happened to you as a child. Now, listen to what I'm saying. And purpose will require you to deal with everything that you've left out in limbo. And if you won't deal with it, you'll meet it in other stages of your purpose. With me, I kept putting the book down because I didn't want to write the book, because there were things connected to my past that I was running from. And this is how we get involved with the Jacob side of everything, that I was running from, and I did not want to address it. And writing was causing me to address the very thing that I was running from. And your first step has to be that you will turn and address what keeps addressing you. You have to take that first step. You have to take that first step. I don't care what your purpose is. If you are an author, as I said, right? If you are a songwriter, you have got to begin to write some songs. Listen, I want to encourage you too, because I want some of you to get in touch with your pain. I really want you to get in touch with your pain. Now, I don't want you to get in touch with your pain in the sense of now you just begin to explode and attack everybody. But y'all, it's something about pain when you learn how to deal with it correctly. that can help be a vehicle towards your purpose, because you can sit and put that pain to paper, whether it's a song, whether it's a poem, whether it's a book, whatever it is, and you can begin to deal with that pain. And before you know it, you've written about it. And as you're writing about it, now you're coming up and helping people deal with their pain. You're giving them strategies. You're giving them, steps and keys that they need to address the pain that they keep running from in their lives. But I'm telling you now, y'all, right now, your first step has to be to address those pains, address those frustrations, address the anger, the rage. Put it in y'all find a positive outlet with it. And I guarantee you're going to find out a lot of it is connected to your purpose. It's connected to your purpose. What we experience in life many times is for the sake of our ministry and the sake of our purpose. I grew up without a father. I was blessed with father figures. My father and I developed a relationship later on in life. But you know why I had to go through that? Because all the young people, 99.7% of the young people that I've dealt with, whether through ministry or through work in the business field, all grew up without a father. And some of them were at different stages in their lives without a father. Some of them had different stories behind why their father was not there. But if I had never went through what I went through, I wouldn't have been able to effectively minister to some of them and become a father figure and a big brother figure and a mentor to them. So what I'm saying today is, and I know it seems like I went way out in left field, but it's all about purpose, y'all. It's all about purpose. And I want you to connect with your pain. And I know a lot of people tell you, deal with it and get rid of it. And I'm telling you now, I want you to deal with it. And we're going to get rid of it. But the way that we are going to get rid of it is that we are going to master it instead of letting it master us. And we're going to take it. We're going to address those areas that we've ran from. We're going to go back there. Some of you need to go back to your childhood. Some of you need to go back to your teenage years. Some of you need to go back to your 20s, to your 30s, to your 40s, to your 50s, and pick up what you put down so that you can rightfully deal with it and get the closure that you need, even if it's a relationship. And let me tell you something. You don't need to keep going back to them to get closure. There is a way that you can get closure yourself. And some of you, that's the first step that you have to take. Some of you, you are still locked in a situation that happened to you as a child. I can talk about myself a little bit. I lost my mother at the age of 24. I think I just turned 24 or 25. And I was stuck there for years. I was stuck right there. A lot of the decisions I made was connected to around that time. Everything was about that time. I was stuck there. And I had to free myself and free my purpose by living beyond that. And it wasn't I'm not telling you that I just made up my mind to do it and it became easy. No, it was a process. And that's why you need a counselor. You need a coach. You need somebody that can help you along the way. Why? Because you need somebody to come pick you up when you take that first step and you fail and you scraped your knee up a little bit. You need somebody that can help you fix that. Because to be honest with you, I know you're an adult and I'm not attacking your adulthood. But when it comes to purpose, some of us are still babies. Some of us are still adolescents. Some of us are teenagers. Some of us are in our early 20s. I'm talking about purpose per se. And you need somebody that's skilled, that's intelligent, that has wisdom. And I'm not saying you're not intelligent and you don't have wisdom, but in the area of birthing your purpose or pushing your purpose or introducing you to next dimensions of your purpose. So my encouragement to you today, and like I said, we went all over the place today, but I hope you understand the message I'm trying to get across. It is imperative that you take the first step. If your first step is writing down the ideas you have, write those ideas down, write the vision, make it plain. Do not try to make it small in the sense of where when you originally had the dream, you saw yourself establishing businesses all around the United States and overseas. But now you look at your present circumstance. So you're saying, I'm just going to establish a business out of my house. No, baby. We're going to get you 2 steps or through steps that can get you to where you need to be. Listen, again, I say this. If you need help with it, contact me, y'all. I'm going to put my information up here. Let's get you walking in your purpose. I want to see you excited. I want to see you excelling. But most importantly, I want to see you fulfilling your purpose. Because when you fulfill your purpose, there's nothing. I tell people I'm not worried about being happy. I want to be whole. And your purpose is connected to your wholeness. Now, don't get it twisted. Because I'm whole, I will be happy. But I don't want to just settle for being happy, because happiness is connected to our emotions. And y'all, our emotions can be all over the place. And one minute something might make us happy. The next minute it may not. But again, y'all, create a great day. Walk in your purpose.